All right, welcome to Monday. We are starting block 2 for the power phase right now. I'm at the track. For this power block, we are going to have 2 acceleration days. So today is one of those acceleration days, and what we're going to do is sled sprints. So I've got 2 sets of 20, 30, 40 meter sled sprints. We're going to start with a heavier sled and progressively take off 10 kilos every single time. So for the 20, we're going to use 30 kilos. For the 30, we're going to use 20 kilos. And then for the 40, we're just going to have 10 kilos on the sled. So we have 2 sets of that. The rest is going to be the same throughout, so between each sprint and between each of the sets. So we're going to try to keep that around 3 to 4 minutes between those. So I do my 20 meter sprint, rest 3 to 4, 30 meter sprint, rest 3 to 4, 40 meter sprint, rest 3 to 4, and then we're going to start back at that 20 meter with a heavier sled. I'm using Monday for this block as kind of like a potentiation for tomorrow, which is going to be a max velocity day. We're going to take those wickets and kind of extend it out a little bit. And then later on this week, we're going to work on the acceleration ladder again. We're going to add in some hill sprints. And then we just have that day is more like a work capacity day. And then we have following session at the end of the week, which you guys will see once we get there. That's the focus for this kind of block. Try to keep more acceleration type work during this power phase. The acceleration work I feel works really good with the power stuff that we're doing in the weight room. They complement each other really well. So that's why we're going to keep things a little bit shorter, a little bit faster, a little bit more explosive on the track. Have one max velocity day, but then keep everything kind of flowing for this power block. So I've got probably another 15-20 minutes warm up, and then we're going to knock it out. All right, warm-up's done. Got the sled set up with 30 kilos. We're gonna do our 20 first, then 30 with 20 kilos, and then 40 with 10 kilos. So I'm gonna throw the spikes on real quick. Alright, so that's the sled sprints for today. Felt really good. That contrasting sprint where you're increasing the distance and decreasing the amount of weight on the sled was awesome. When I was getting to 40s, I felt like I was flying even though I was still dragging the sled, so that felt really good. That second 20 was a little tricky, going from a long, lighter sprint with that 40 into a short, super heavy sprint. It felt a little tough. So I think this week going 30-20-10 was good. I might go in 30-20-10 again next week, and then maybe go 40-30-20 for the last one, or maybe go 35-25-15, something like that. We'll play around with it, see how it goes. But right now, I'm just gonna play around with some jumps. I'm gonna do some standing triple jumps. Might do 3-4 attempts of this, just kind of see what the distance is at. That's something I kind of want to continue for a few weeks now, and just kind of see how that progresses as we're building into like a peak week and then after a deload, and just see how that number fluctuates based on the training. So I think it'll be a cool little thing to kind of have data with. So I'm going to play around with that right now, see how it goes. So the first one was 8.75 meters, which I expected it to be a little bit lower. The second one was 9.17 meters, which is a good increase from that 8.75. The last one there was 9.25 meters. So feel good with that right there. I'm going to keep it at 3. So next week on Monday, I'll do another 3 attempts the following week and just continue that and just kind of gauge, you know, what goes on throughout the week of training, how it affects me the following day. What I'm guessing is going to happen is that next week it'll probably increase by a few centimeters. The week after that it'll increase by a few centimeters. And then going into the deload, I'll probably drop down again if the training is the way that it should be in terms of volume and intensity. So it should peak up slightly, and then right going into that deload, just kind of die off again is what I expect, and then hopefully jump back up following that deload. So it's gonna be a fun little thing that I'm gonna add in now and just kind of see how things go. But that's it for this AM session. Next up, we have the afternoon session, and we're gonna be in the weight room. All right, so I'm gonna try to run through this recap real quick. My battery is about to die, so I'm gonna get everything in real quick. This afternoon session, we started off with some depth jumps. So I had 2 sets of 4 from an 18-inch box. I like to do those without shoes on because I like to feel my feet hitting contact with the ground. It's something weird that I like to do. I enjoy that feeling more than doing depth jumps with shoes. That's why I did that barefoot. But the floor there is kind of that fake diamond plate, weird bumpy surface. So I put the mat there to kind of even that surface out for a little bit. Felt good on those depth jumps, 2 sets of 4 on those. Followed that up with 8 sets of 2 on the power cleans. Today I was at 130 kilos for each of those sets. And then we had some front squats to do after the power clean. So from the front squats, we built up to a 3 rep at 7 RPE, which was right around 160 for me. So that 160 set felt good. And then I dropped it down and did 5 additional sets of 3 at 130 kilos there. So it's roughly a 20% drop on those drop sets today. Finished it up with some dumbbell step-ups. And the way I like to do my dumbbell step-ups is I like to stand to the side of the box and put my foot up a little bit and kind of stomp down on top of the box. And I really feel like the leg that's stepping up on the box is doing all of the work versus where I have the box in front of me and I kind of step forward. I feel like that bottom leg that's on the ground is still pushing off a little bit to kind of start the momentum as a step up. So I like to do it to the side and really focus on the leg that's pushing through the box as much as I can. So that's why I do that kind of offset stance there when I do that. And then I just finished up, we had the med ball ab circuit, had 5 rounds of that. So toe touches, single leg V-ups, and then also the Russian twist with the med ball. So this is block 2 of our power phase, and this is Monday. Tomorrow we've got some wickets, we've got max velocity on the track, and then we're gonna have an upper body strength session in the weight room for there. So hope you guys like the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we're gonna be back at it on the track tomorrow morning.